It's great to have you join us again on the program Capital Markets. I'm Temple Ashaju. Welcome. This week saw the launch of Nigeria's green bond of over 10.69 billion naira, which translates to 30 million US dollars in a 150 billion naira program with 5-year tenure offered at 13.48 coupon rate, and that took place on the platform of the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange. The debt program is also Africa's first sovereign certified climate bond, with proceeds expected to be utilized for financing afforestation activities and renewable energy projects in line with the NDC of the Paris Agreement. The bond was sponsored by the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange, as we said earlier, in collaboration with Climate Bond Initiative, which is known as CBI, and of course Financial Sector Deepening Africa, popularly known as FSD Africa, in the capital market space. And that's the group that is saddled with the responsibility of funding the 3-year program. As always, you can trust Capital Market, our program, to bring you highlights of that session. Again, on the platform of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the exchange, that's the local boss, now held its 57th AGM in the Nigerian capital market space. We'll bring you a bit of the highlights there so you can also understand what that market was able to put out for the financial year 2017. But before we have all of this, let us take off with the numbers that crunched this week, and we'll start with the smallest part of the market, which is the NASD OTC Securities Exchange, where the USI this week, as against last week, fell 0.38%, bringing down the market capitalization to 450.86 billion naira, and that's after the volume and value as well as deals. Looking at all that together, in year-to-date performance did what you have right there on the screen. Let's go to the fixed income market and start off with what transpired yesterday, Friday, 8th of June 2018. FGN bonds first, where the July 2034, March 2027, as well as March 2036 securities were the key instruments that investors had their sentiment for. Total deals of bonds yesterday at the FMDQ platform was 25, while total value is 10.33 billion naira. The bullish performance of the local bond market from the previous week was reversed this week, as average yield across tenors rose 17 basis points week on week. The week opened on a negative note. However, on Thursday, average yield across tenors marginally declined 1 basis points before increasing by 4 basis points to then settle at 13.1% on Friday. In terms of the Treasury bills system now, we'll start off again with the numbers that were traded yesterday on the platform of the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange, which represents the secondary market of the Nigerian capital market here. June 2018, December 2018, or as well as January 31st, 2019 securities were the major instruments that investors had their sentiment for. Over 25.7 billion naira worth of investments went for the June 2018, 21st of June 2018 security, with 103 deals there. And total deals came in at 290, all valued at 115.63 billion naira. In terms of the weekly performance of Treasury bills, this time the performance of T-bills was largely positive this week, as average rates across benchmark tenors traded lower on 3 of the 5 trading sessions. Average rates fell 16 basis points to 12.2% on Monday from 12.5%, but in the precedence, that's against the preceding session, and further declined 9 basis points to 12.2% on Tuesday. After some zigzag movements, it eventually returned to the 12.5% it had opened with on Friday, which is yesterday. Let's go now to the equity markets, where the Nigerian Stock Exchange also held its 57th AGM. But before we go to the AGM, let's review the numbers, where the key benchmark index of the NSE reversed the 5 consecutive week of decline, gaining 5.03% week on week to close the week at 38,669.23 points, gradually moving close to the 39,000 psychological mark. Year-to-date returns improved by 1.1% eventually. Similarly, market capitalization rose by 671 billion naira to close at 14 trillion naira. The positive performance was largely driven by a rally in market bellwethers, Nigerian breweries, Guarantee Trust Bank, and Zenith Bank, which ended up having 6.1% gain for the week. In terms of sectoral performances, that was mixed, as 3 of the 5 indices rose week on week. The industrial goods index advanced the most in the week by 9.4%. Now let's talk about the AGM, where the Nigerian Stock Exchange held its 57th annual general meeting on Thursday in Lagos, and the full-year financial results for 2017 was announced. The exchange's latest financial statements show a total income of 8.30 billion naira for the group and 3.82 billion naira surplus before tax for the year ended December the 31st, 2017, representing an 86% increase in gross earnings compared to the 4.46 billion naira achieved in 2016. Commenting on the results by way of a press release now, the Chief Executive Officer of the NSE, Mr. Oscar Onyema, says the positive performance affirms the resilience of the local stock market and its potential as a catalyst of economic growth in Nigeria and, of course, for the African hub. So let's go now to our main focus on the program this evening, which is the launch of the green bond security on the platform of the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange. Now, this week, that platform took Nigeria a step further on the launch of Africa's first green bond of 10.69 billion naira in a 150 billion naira 5-year program offered at a coupon rate of 13.48%. It's also the first sovereign certified climate bond with proceeds expected, as we said earlier, to be utilized for the financing of afforestation